Viva la raza! Welcome to Max Wrestling episode 561. I am your captain along with El Jefe and two special guests this week, two Utes. We got the podcast machine, Mike Larkin, and of course the host of After Max. He is the one and only Cypher, aka the current television champion. Full house for a very special occasion. Today is the 20th anniversary of the passing of one of the greatest and most inspirational professional wrestlers of all time. He is one of the biggest reasons that the WWE peaked in the 2000s. His style and influence is still seen in matches constantly to this day, and we may not even be here today talking about wrestling every week had he not carried SmackDown in his prime. He is, of course, the late, the great, the one and only EDDIE Guerrero, who we dedicate this episode to today.
We miss you, Eddie. Trust me, we miss you. But coming up this week, we have 3 matches in the promo climax, the ultimate preliminary weekend. This is what's going to finish it, and boy, howdy, is it a big one. Blade Rodriguez goes one-on-one with Robert Davis for the first time ever. Can Wolves beat Arsenal? Can the guy who's got nothing beat the top spot? Cypher takes on another face of Dr. Costello as he faces Rodney Sladovich and and it is finally time for a co-host to collide. It's the captain versus El Jefe in a clash of epic proportion. Epic proportion. So now is the perfect time to make Max Wrestling your new home for all things wrestling. And all you got to do is hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. For those that prefer the old-fashioned podcast, head on over to SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is you get your podcast. And, of course, for a whole bunch of links and the place to go vote for me this week, I love that, head on over to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
Right, and make sure you don't miss the official Max Wrestling post-show After Max. The QR code is on the screen right now. Make sure you check it out after the show, hosted by our very own Flex Murdoch right here, a.k.a. Corey, a.k.a. Cypher. You never know who's going to show up or what's going to go down, because the end of the show is never the end. There are just 2 weeks left of the tournament, and then we find a new unified champion. So don't miss your chance to vote all week, every week, well, this week and next week. Voting begins when After Max begins, so scan and go after the show.
Do it.
Now, normally I'd be giving you the results for last week's promo climax right now after that little plug, but we're going to hold that off for a little bit because I want to delve straight into this. Of course, like I said, we're dedicating this episode to EDDIE Guerrero, so before we get into anything, we're going to talk about the legacy of Latino Heat and why he is such an influence on even today's generation of wrestlers. Aside from like his most famous matches, Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, instant classic. I tried to find some more obscure matches this past week. So one I checked out, which should have been bigger than it was, just happened on SmackDown. It was Eddie versus Ultimo Dragon.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Ultimo Dragon, his legacy was never really carried through with WWE. Like in Japan, this match would have been huge.
Massive. In WCW, it was pretty big, too.
But on SmackDown, it was just another match.
Yep.
And Ultimo wasn't even there for long.
No.
He was done right after WrestleMania 20.
Yep, short run.
Yeah, the double stumble at WrestleMania 20. There was something wrong with that stage on the ramp.
You tell me. Goodness gracious. Thank God they fixed it by then. But no, I love that you bring that name up, because when you were talking about Eddie, and yes, we could talk about him and Angle. You could talk about him with the Brock Lesnar feud. That's another one that I think a lot of people, the second you bring those two guys up, that you go right back to, I feel like 2002 or whatever I think it was, and just relive it all. For me, I love to brag about it. I grew up WCW, so I got to see Eddie before he was even a thing in the WWF, or let alone WWE, when he showed up with the Radicals. But he had massive influence back then. He was this dude who showed up, who was trying to be as Texan as he could be, and had nothing to do with him being a Guerrero. The Latino in him was there, but he was told, as he came up in the wrestling world, they don't want you to be Mexican. They want you to try to be, hey, be who you are, but I don't want to say white, but American. And so he played this Texan role. And then all of a sudden, here comes Psychosis. Here comes Rey Mysterio. Here comes Ultimo Guerrero. Here comes the influx of AAA. Here comes the influx of New Japan. Why am I being a Texan? I am a proud Latin American, a proud Latino from Texas, and he started using that, turned Latino. I could go on and on and on. His legacy is massive. As you said, 20 years. We got shirts from it. Still to this day, I show my 8-year-old old footage, and they ask, where are they now? Where is he now? Where is this guy now? I can't say that he's around. It sucks. It's one of these things where it's like he's excited. He wants to see what happened. What happened now? Where's he now? He's not with us. And unfortunately, as sad as that is, I think that makes his legacy a little bit bigger. Like I said, I have an 8-year-old who has no reason other than his father to know who Eddie Guerrero is, but he does, and he knows him passionately, and it's beautiful because of it.
Yeah. So I was kind of the opposite because not only did I not really watch WCW, but I never really had the chance to watch WCW growing up because it wasn't as accessible as WWE in the UK. It had a little spell on Channel 5, which I think that tells you all you need to know. It's one of the least popular terrestrial channels we had. But I kind of knew about WCW. I knew it existed. I knew who Sting, Goldberg were. But I didn't know Eddie Guerrero until he showed up in the front row of Raw. But you could tell immediately that this was a big deal. That you've got 4 guys from WCW sitting front row of Monday Night Raw, and all 4 of them instantly just became huge. But I think Eddie and Benoit probably did stand out the most. But unfortunately, Eddie also got injured very quickly too, and still managed to captivate everybody with his personality.
A big one. A very big personality.
I think for me, growing up, 2002, I had the pleasure of being live for SummerSlam 02, his match with Edge. Then the match that superseded that was the no disqualification match on SmackDown. Then Los Guerreros, Angle and Benoit, Edge and Rey Mysterio, Survivor Series, the SmackDown 6 for the SmackDown tag titles. I mean, you could go through the Lie, Cheat, and Steal vignettes with him and Chavo, the infamous parking lot brawl match that he had with John Cena for the U.S. title on SmackDown. Everything from that era, like you guys mentioned, Brock, I had the privilege of seeing him and Kurt Angle WrestleMania 20. Another underrated one from Madison Square Garden, him and Tajiri against Sean O'Haire and the late great Roddy Piper from the Madison Square Garden episode for the SmackDown tag titles. He did so much, even the short little thing he did with the Hardy Boys before his release in 2001. Everything that he touched was just gold. He knew how to captivate. He had the charisma. He knew what to do to make the synergy and everything just go into what he did from character and ring. He's one of the best, man, one of the best to do it. A lot of people, emulate what he does, and it shows.
Perfectly put.
I think for me, it's the more funnier side of Eddie Guerrero because he had some hilarious ass moments in WWE, from giving Big Show the tainted burritos to teaming with Batista. Just the way he carried himself, man, as a person, beyond his promos. He was funny with China. He was calling her mama. I love you.
That's his woman, man. That's his woman.
That was his woman. And then you had his moments with Rey Mysterio with Dom, which is showing today, obviously. It's
bringing that one up.
Which is definitely a good thing. The influence there with him and Dominic and Ray is still there. It's beautiful. He had his funny moments. He was a stand-up guy. He could be funny, but he also knew when to be serious and turn up the Latino heat and just show everybody who he was as a person. Yes, he overcame a lot of things. He overcome a lot of struggles, a lot of battles, as we all do in life, but he never stopped being him, not even for one moment. He knew how to have fun and bring any room to life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Certainly with his comedy. Obviously, he innovated Lying, Cheating, and Stealing, which everybody and their dog tries to emulate these days, and it's always funny.
Oh, yeah.
It always makes us think of Eddie. It always makes us smile, but it's never quite the same because Eddie was just a master at it.
I think it's a crime that we never got Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 22, because we were originally going to get that before his passing.
Yeah, there's so many dream matches with Eddie that we were robbed of.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie versus AJ of today. Well, even AJ of when he was knocking around in TNA.
Mhm.
Wasn't there an indie match though where Eddie and Punk locked up just once, but I think it was a triple threat with Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish we could have seen that one in full.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So many. Oh my God, the list that's going on in my head is so massive right now of how many dream matches we could have had. But like I said, it's unfortunate, but it adds to his legacy. It makes us. It makes him a bigger name. And then I can only repeat what you said because it's the truth. Everybody tries to emulate it, but nobody is as good. The charisma's not there. Yes, I can slam the chair on the thing and toss it to you, and you're like, aha, you remember when Eddie used to do this? But it's just as good as it brings the memory up, nobody will ever be as good as Latino Heat. Not even his own son, Dominic Mysterio.
Don't you respect my dad like that?
I think the best tribute to Eddie Lion cheating the ceiling that I've seen to this day is probably MJF and Adam Cole, because they took it to another level where Cole did the whole chair spot, threw it to MJF while the ref was still down, and MJF just went, oh well, wrapped the chair around his head.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
They tried to copy that in WWE this year, but even that wasn't as good as the original tribute to the original.
Oh, you may.
But we mentioned Dom. We saw him and Cena kind of pay tribute to Eddie with the spot this past week on Raw. But what I love about Dom is how he plays into this longest running gag that Eddie is actually his dad when obviously he's not, because of the whole custody of Dominic thing, which was also 20 years ago, SummerSlam 2005.
Yep.
I love how that gag has just stood out the test of time, but I think a large part of that is Dom. Him coming in and organically getting over as he has, and then playing into that old joke has just kept it going, and people just love it. Even with the mullet now, and he literally looks like Eddie.
I was just going to say, it does not help that now you, all of a sudden, you are Rey Mysterio's son. We know this. But bam, now you look just like fucking Eddie. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on around here?
Like you want to be the ultimate heel, and you're beefing with your dad, who is a legend in his own right. What better way than to be like, well, I mean, my real dad was your best friend anyway.
Right, and your biggest rival.
Your biggest rival. I did actually watch a WCW match this past week of Eddie and Ray. So one of their early ones, I think it was World War III.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's early 96.
Yeah. And just the chemistry then, I think watching that match, you could see how much Eddie preferred to just play it on the fly. There was an interview with him where he just said he hates planning stuff. He just goes by feel. And you very rarely get that these days. Everything has to be choreographed.
I don't know if anybody does, period. I don't know. I don't even think, John's a yell spotting you in the middle of the match. I don't know if really anybody's
clothesline me.
Feeler. I don't know if anybody's getting the feels like that where they're actually going through. Maybe the Japanese talent, but then again, it was rare. He was as rare of a breed as can be. He wasn't supposed to be a world champion. He wasn't supposed to be this massive thing. Lying, cheating, stealing wasn't supposed to get over. Him with a bodybuilder woman was not supposed to get over. And every single thing did. Everything got so over, they had to turn his brother white. Or, I'm sorry, his cousin. His cousin.
Erwin White.
But they call him his brother. Erwin White. Make Chavo Guerrero a white guy just so you had to completely forget about the Guerreros. Because Eddie's not around anymore. How do we completely change it? You turn him into a white guy. That's how. It's great. That's how great he was.
Not to mention the fact that one of his daughters is stepping into the ring soon, ain't it?
Yeah, Shaylin.
Well, two of them. Well, one tried, and then she ended up being more of an announcer. And now, his other one actually looks like she's gonna wrestle. And from what I can tell, she looks like she's got it.
I think she's training at Reality of Wrestling, Booker T School.
Nice.
Right.
I don't know very many better teachers, because the second you bring up Booker T, one name comes to mind, and she's still one of the best women out there right now, Athena.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
So, I'm sorry, dude. Booker T's got it in the bag. You're going to learn something there. Learn something.
He may not know when to shut up, but he knows what he's doing training-wise.
Oh, yeah, man.
The eldest became Raquel Diaz. She's also married to Aiden English.
That's right.
But yeah, she decided it wasn't for her, which is a shame because I thought she had some potential from what little I saw of her.
She did good in Lucha Underground.
So, favorite lie, cheat, and steal moment. There's a ton of them.
God. Which one? Oh, God. Which one?
I actually think some of the best ones were when he got caught. So there was one, I think he hit somebody with a belt and he was holding it.
Please,
yeah,
man.
I didn't do nothing.
He's all crawling on his knees like, oh my God, don't throw the ring, don't throw it out, don't throw it out.
There was one with a whip when he was against the Bashams. I can't even remember which Basham. So he whips poor referee Nick Patrick. I'm sure Moses didn't have any sympathy for him. But he whips referee Nick Patrick across the ass with the whip and then tosses it to the Basham brother, whichever one it was. And then Eddie's like, he whipped you, bro.
He whipped you, bro. You should throw these cats out. Oh, God.
Actually, you know what? That feud with Kurt Angle, the build-up, I think, is actually kind of underrated. The match itself was brilliant. But the build-up with Eddie just getting under Kurt's skin.
Yes. Yes.
You stole something from me. Hey, that was for charity, bro.
That was for charity, bro. He's like, you stole my gold medals. Give me back my gold medals. They're all down his trunks. And they're all playing up. They were by his balls. God, I remember being a child and just thinking, like, that's fucking gross.
It's very similar to the Benoit feud in 2001 when he was going to keep his medals in a warm, safe place.
Yeah, and then Kurt got him back and kissed him.
Yeah,
that's right.
Medals.
I think the most documented influence, as much as we talk shit about her, is a Mercedes Moné. She's gone on record many times saying how much of an influence Eddie Guerrero was to her, and you can see it from some of her moves, her attire. But that's just one example of the tons of today's brightest stars that are directly influenced by Eddie Guerrero. And you said, it is a crying shame we never got him and Shawn Michaels, because I think Shawn was everybody's favorite wrestler before Eddie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
So, we mentioned Dom, we mentioned Cena. That goes into this past Monday. John Cena finally becomes a Grand Slam champion, wins the Intercontinental Championship in his home state as well. Great moment.
Yes, sir.
But I have no idea why this was the opener and the main event was the women's tag titles. Because...
For real.
Yeah, Rhea came back, but let's face it, she would have got that pop no matter where she was in the show.
Whatever the place. Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think there would have been any harm in announcing the women's War Games before the men's, because we all knew both were coming anyway. They just waited till 2 weeks before the pay-per-view to announce them.
All right.
But anyway, we finally got War Games matches official. Loved Punk calling in Regal just to say the line.
I thought that was hilarious. Regal!
Regal!
Comes walking.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. All right, do the thing.
You can't announce War Games without William Regal. We'll get into AEW a little bit later, but I do love the fact that we've had Blood and Guts, and then like a week or so later, we're going to get War Games as well. 2 variations of the match.
Bloody.
Reno, can I just say it? All right, I gotta say it. No, not War Games. But we literally took a turn on Raw this week to 2018. Nikki Bella turning on Stephanie Vaquer. I felt like I was watching Nikki and Ronda from 2018.
The same exact thing. It
was almost the exact same, minus Brie. It was almost the exact same thing.
Ain't nobody want Nikki Bella as world champion.
Negative.
They were very, very either brave or didn't care about turning Nikki heel in Massachusetts, because naturally she got chance of Cena left you.
Sometimes the WWE crowd is savage.
They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what. They knew exactly what the deal was.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
I think a lot of people said online, if you look at the discourse, everybody's like, how is this woman getting a title shot when she's lost the last 3 of her matches? 2 to Roxanne and 1 to Becky. It's like, how are we doing this, having her go for the title when she hasn't even won a doggone match?
Well, this seems to be the formula of WWE these days. If you want a title shot, you just attack the champion. Nia Jax has done it like 4 times this year.
And it's worked all 4 times.
I think Drew McIntyre has done it twice.
Twice.
Just, you want a title shot? Just jump the champ. Easy.
Just jump the champ. Shouldn't I win some match? Nah.
But
don't fix it.
that's kind of how we got Joe and Hangman as well, though, because Hangman just passed him his belt and Joe got pissed.
How dare you pass it to me this way? It's supposed to be this way.
It kind of reminds me of, and I'll use him for an example because this is his final year, when John Cena comes off of WrestleMania 23 and Backlash, where he's in there with Shawn, Randy, and Edge, and then randomly the Great Khali just attacks him backstage, and then Rungeon sings like, the Great Khali says, I want the WWE Championship. And then you're thinking to yourself, this is going to be complete and utter dog shit when they got to Judgment Day, and it turns out it's one of Great Khali's best matches because John found a way to solve the Khali conundrum and get a good match out of him.
We really underappreciated Cena back in the day. Like, he really could pull a great match out of anybody.
Fuck. You know how much I hate having to admit that now? The Super Cena run was a great run, and we're all like, nah, fuck this guy.
Why does he keep winning?
Right. We're coming upon the anniversary, like in January, of when K-Fed infamously beat John Cena. Yeah.
You know what, though? That was one of the biggest shifts in Raw that I've experienced, because the difference between Raw in 05 and Raw in 06 is pretty massive in terms of style, the logo, the music. And I don't think any, that felt like a reboot. I don't think any reboot has really felt the same since.
And then you hear, Kevin Federline was totally into it. He was very respectful in that infamous promo, Cena, I ain't through with you yet, son. You and me, New Year's Day, Miami, let's go. Like that, even that small little built to that match. It just Kevin Federline coming out with the friggin' boxer, the friggin' gloves and the headgear and everything. It worked. It was ahead of its time.
Cena still has the best final diss line ever of, if K-Fed wasn't around, I'd be spearing Britney.
Or, it's not that I can't see you, I just don't want to see you, bitch.
God damn. He's got to go away now. Fuck.
We've just been paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero, and now we're realizing, shit, Cena was actually so good back in the day.
God damn.
And we just hated the fact that he kept winning.
That's honestly all it ever was. You couldn't turn on a pay-per-view. You couldn't be that kid that looked up the results at the end of the show and not scroll down to the end of the page and be like, of course John Cena fucking won.
Well, social media has that integral part of us. Like I was seeing on Twitter, someone's like, oh, before TVPG, John Cena was a savage. And it's the promo that he cut on Carlito, Edge, Lita, and The Big Show. Well, John Cena's like a pinwheel, so you can go ahead and blow me. Kurt Angle's going south. I don't forget your mouthpiece. I'll put my piece in your mouth. Like, stuff like that worked. And we took it for granted because, oh, God, it's always John Cena.
I'm the franchise player on the Super Bowl stage. Now let that gorilla Big Show out of his cage.
Mm-hmm. Big things come in small packages. Yep, exactly. I'm right there with you.
The one with Vince and Sable was great too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's only with you for the money, Holmes. When she's done stealing from you, she comes to tickle my funny bones.
You know what? It's like really good, but at the same time, almost another end of an era.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
It's
We're old.
Crazy that it took 22 years for Cena to become a Grand Slam champion. Won the US title in 03. No, wait, that was 04. WrestleMania. So 21 years it took him to become a Grand Slam champion. I always think he was US champion before that.
All we need now is Bull Buchanan to come out as B squared and just go booyah, and then we have it straight up. Man.
Oh, Bull. Actually, I might put this on the Bellend board later. Bull Buchanan's son came out and said online that pretty much Cena killed Bull's career.
Oh, Brooks Jensen, was it in character? Was Brooks Jensen in character?
Yeah. I don't think Cena can be blamed for B squared.
All right. Well, it's time to be, I guess, done reminiscing. Do we have something else to look at, or is we?
Yeah, let's get the results from last week's climax. After the Tinternet tried to glitch me out there. So, let's get the results now from last week's promo climax. And I think these are the closest two matches that we've had for the whole tournament. And I am pleased to say that now everybody has points on the board. Blade Rodriguez gets his 3 points against DC with 55%.
Hey.
Congrats.
I'm so glad nobody finished the tournament on 0.
Same.
So no change to the top of the Butcher block. It is still Rob with 10 points, myself, Moses, and AT Russell on 7 points, and then DC and Blade on 3 points. So in the A block, this was Dragon versus Dragon last week. Beer was defending his top spot. If he won the 3 points, he was almost guaranteed victory in the A block. So almost, and he almost won too because Feeney also got 55% of the vote, and he's now on 7 points too.
Holy crap!
So A block goes Beer, Teddy, and Phoenix on 7 points. However, that is Phoenix's last match. So he's going to end on 7. And then we got Cypher, Brew Capone, Cypher on 4 points, Brew Capone and Rodney Slabovich on 3 points.
Wow.
It's still anybody's ball game, almost.
That's the craziest part. We were literally looking up, and you could look at it and be like, well, this one's in the bag, that one's in the bag. Now, again, it's got to be called what it truly is. If the miracle happens, and miracles happen in sports, look at the way the U.S. talks about it all the fucking time. If Blade Rodriguez can somehow overcome Robert Davis, that puts Block B in a massive scenario because that leaves him at 10, and then it leaves you and me to figure out who goes on.
That puts him on 6. He got his 3 points.
But I mean, it keeps Robert at 10.
Yeah, it keeps Robert at 10.
So winner of you and me would make it a tie. Holy crap!
Like we've been saying in the plugs, these finals could turn out to be multi-person matches.
Holy shit!
But we will find out next week from today's results, and then of course. Next week will be the last week of preliminary matches. You're only going to have 24 hours to vote next week before we get to promo series.
Get on that now. Speaking of all of the fun promo action, it is time for this week's promo climax action. It may decide the winner of Block A. Cypher needs a win to tie with Beer and Teddy. It's Cypher versus Rodney Slabovich. Ha! Who jumps in the lead?
Rodney Slabovich, the man of many favors, the man who would do anything to be in the CWO. I'll go as far as to say you suck your own dick just to be part of CWO, which is weird, but I digress. Do what you got to do, baby. Listen, Rodney, I don't know if we ever faced off before, you and me, mano a mano. If we did, I got to apologize. I don't remember ever whooping your ass. And in this case, I'm probably not going to whoop your ass because in the promo climax, I'm pretty much neck and neck with my wins and losses. Because a lot of people don't like me, Rodney, just like they don't like you. Ask AT Wrestler. He can't stand your black ass. I don't know what you did to him. I don't know what beef y'all got, but maybe y'all should talk it out. I suggest group therapy. You know, that always helps. Therapy always helps, man. Mental health is important. But listen, Rodney, check this out. I don't want nothing from you. I don't need nothing from you. My own father walked out on me at a young age. I don't need shit from nobody. I don't need nobody's approval or permission, but I will need this of you, Rodney. I need you to understand you're not facing Flex Murdoch. You're not facing Cypher. You're facing good old Corey Coulter of North Carolina. And you know what that means? It means you're facing a real opponent. Now, unlike DC's words and his promo against Blade last week, you're facing somebody who is real. This is not a character. This is not a gimmick. This is as raw as it gets, like honey out of a fucking honeycomb of a bee's hive. And quite frankly, win or lose in this promo climax, which I'm going to lose, I still have an opportunity to somehow get an unprecedented title or somewhere along the lines of maybe a world championship title shot, which, you know, I got to go through that bastard beer, but I digress. He's willing to do everything, even stomp on his own brothers. Now, I know there's no dissension between the Dragon Club, but that sounds a little bit nefarious. There we go. Sounds nefarious, but it's all business. It's all business, right? All business, no pleasure. But I will say I had the pleasure of finally getting to know the real Slavovich. Because, you know, we don't know the real you. We don't know who you are. And me and you, we have an unlikely associate who, you know, I kind of brought in and you kind of took over and then you fumbled hard. You remember, charisma. Ain't no way. And ain't no way you fumbled charisma. The 6'5" giant. A beast of a man, and you fumbled him. Rodney, that's probably why nobody wants to work with you, because you get talent and you fumble. You're a less famous Paul Heyman, but you more likely are and I hate to even say it come out of my mouth, you like Eric Bischoff in a way, because you talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk, and everybody's going to see this bullshit and be like, damn, Cypher has a point. He did fumble charisma, because ain't no way we trust in this man, and which is okay. I'm not coming for your head, Rodney. I'm trying to understand you a little bit better, because what you can understand here, I am literally in the fucking sticks. Shut up. Anyway. I'm not. Damn it. Bye. Can't even cut a promo in peace, Rodney. You see what I'm talking about? You would understand that, but listen. We just want to get to know the real you. What do you plan to do here? It's plain and simple for everybody else. They want gold. They have their own plans of doing things, where I'm just a simple man and just want to fight. Just want to keep it true, keep it moving, keep it pushing. And I'll keep it $150 with you, Rodney. I don't see me winning this. Don't care to win it. There's bigger and better things to the horizon. I can't see, so I don't know which way I'm pointing. Forgive me, y'all. Fuck it. You know, we're going to the stars. We're going to the moon. Wherever it may fucking be in this fucking place. But listen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you, Rodney. If you ever need something, call me, baby, because, you know, us black people got to stick together. Assalamu alaikum, no pork, and all that good shit. So, if you win, you win. If you lose, AT Wrestler was right.
Ha ha ha! Hello, motherfuckers! That's right, baby. My name is Professor Rodney Aslavovich. Because, educationally speaking, that's exactly what I'll do, bitches. And today, I am here to teach a particularly illiterate motherfucker known as Flex Murdoch! Ha ha ha! Oh, Flex, baby. Flex, that's right. You got the biggest arms in the industry, baby. And I'm proud of you. Yeah, you got a good physique. But you know what? You're a little crazy, aren't you? I mean, I certainly don't want to mess with you, because I can't figure out if you're a good guy or you're a bad guy. I mean, why do you have to be so confusing, Flex? I mean, You show up all the time on the Max Wrestling Podcast, and you take it to the max, baby. Ha ha ha! And then you're such a good soldier. Yeah, for Dazzy Lee. Every week, baby, you do the Aftermax. You do all kinds of recaps, and you talk about the AEWs and the WWE, baby. And you're so entertaining. I love to watch you. And you seem like a nice guy. Then you got a big smile on your face, and you make me feel like if I went to the South, that I would experience that Southern hospitality. Ha 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 ha! Oh, but Flex, baby, Flex, you got this whole other side to you, baby. This dark side, baby. That's I'm kind of afraid of. I don't really know what to make of it. I mean, I saw a video, Flex. You tried to kill the Kingpin. Oh, yeah. Before A.T. Rushline and the children without beings got to him. You tried to kill him first, baby. Yeah. You hired Charisma to drown him in his own tub, and his family was in the next room. Oh, I don't know about that, Flex. I mean, attempted murder, but they still let you be on the podcast. What's up with that? And then, Flex, I mean, baby, aren't you the same guy who turned his back on his brother? I mean, you're not from Philadelphia, and maybe you don't have brotherly love flowing through your veins, but Travis the Walker Anderson, I liked him, baby. He was a good guy, just like the Kingpin. But you turned your back on Travis and you kicked him out of the group. What was that all about? I don't know. And then you spend week after week, you make fun of him, and then you replace him with this guy who's like super boring and Blade Rodriguez. And Blade Rodriguez, I think he's in competition this week, isn't he? And he's not quite sharp enough to go against the Statman. Ah, Blade Rodriguez, you fucking suck. But back to you, Flex, baby. And then for some reason, you start going at Brew Capone. I mean, come on, baby. Who doesn't love Brew Capone? And the Appalachian Mafia. So I'm trying to figure out, are you a good guy? Are you a bad guy? Or are you just the guy? Are we all playing in your yard? Are we gonna be safe? Figure it out, Cypher, baby. Because I want to like you, but I'm confused by you. And I'm a little bit afraid of you. And I've noticed that some of these heavy hitters, they don't want to say your name. And I wasn't gonna mention it, but I have noticed that you do a great Rodney impression. I mean, I don't doubt that when you submit your promo, you're probably gonna be in there trying to act like me. And I just want to encourage you, baby. Just be yourself, because Flex Murdoch is a pretty good guy, except for the fact that Flex Murdoch is a pretty bad guy, which is confusing as hell. But if you want some help with that, baby, I'll be here after school, and I can take you to detention. And we can help you figure out who you are, and we can help you find yourself, and we can help you stop being such a fucking prick, baby. Anyway, Flexi, baby, I'm done talking to you. I'm done schooling you. I hope you win this whole competition. I got mad love for you. Please don't try to drown me. Please don't invite me into your group. They kick me out of your group. And please don't attack me for no reason. But talk about me all you want on Aftermax. Make the entire show about me. That's right. And make sure you get my name right. I'm Professor Rodney, a slapper bitch. Because educationally speaking, that's exactly what I'll do. Oh, Flex Murdoch, you have small arms, bitch.
Rising from the flames. Shadows in the room, disguised as your brothers. Close pulled tight so they can't see each other. Everybody's got a blaze so they run for cover.
Do not flatter us. If you were trying to offend us, it didn't work, my sweet. You of all people cannot offend us. We are surprised, though, that you of all people would come for us. It's funny. You used to call yourself a demon. But what did you do? You decided humanity was better, even after we took over. That is disgusting in itself. You were strong and powerful, like us. And then, out of nowhere, you chose humanity. And now you are nothing more than a disgusting mortal. But I know he's in your head. And I know he wants out. But if it's us he's after, I'm ready and waiting.
Some monsters don't hide under your bed. They walk among us. Take a journey with some of the darkest minds and twisted crimes in history. A brand new show from Daz Lee, Homicidal Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Welcome back to Max Wrestling. I am the captain. He is El Jefe. We are joined by Mike Larkin and Cypher. Speak their names and they appear. Once again, make sure you drop a people's elbow on the like button and a 5-knuckle shuffle on the subscribe button. Follow us on all podcast platforms and all social media at Max Wrestling UK, and make sure you visit maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. Now, it's not quite War Games, but we did just have blood and guts last night, so let's get into last night on Dynamite. So we kicked it off with the first ever women's blood and guts, and they weren't kidding because it literally took 5 minutes for Sky Blue to be a crimson mess.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Eddie, and one spot you can talk about with Eddie is when he got busted. I forgot. I didn't think it was against JBL.
Yeah.
I think JBL ruined everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And because look at the way look what him and John did.
Literally, it
it
was the same event 1 year apart at Judgment Day. JBL bloodied the fuck out of both of them.
And I mean, bag time, because it felt like this for a minute, because she's like wiping the blood, and then it's just, I'm like, all right, cool. They pan around, camera does something. 12 seconds later, there's more somehow.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, hey, it's back to where it was before she wiped. No, it's worse now. Like, what the fuck? She hit something and was gushing.
I rewound it because I wondered what I missed to cause so much blood. And from what I gathered, the spot was just that she got thrown into the cage wall and then bleeded too deep.
And
that's it. She got pounced. It reminded me of Britt Baker in the Lights Out match with Thunder Rosa. I think she outdid her with the blood effect there.
Oh, yeah.
Considering she lasted the whole match as well.
Kind of reminds
Sky Blue opened the match.
It kind of reminds me when I was a kid. I was going in FYE, and my 12-year-old self was looking at the wrestling section, and I saw some FMW DVDs with a lot of the girls' matches, some All Japan like death matches and stuff, and it reminded me of those images that you would see on the DVD cover of the women in Japan, just with the crimson mask just going balls to the wall. It reminded me of that, looking at Sky Blue's face, to be completely honest.
I'm surprised they were able to put that on a DVD cover.
They had them in, John. It was the weirdest section of FYE back in the day. It was John. They had John Cena's bodybuilding DVD where he was in one of his. It was like the WWE stuff. Oh, here's some New Japan, All Japan, whatever. Yep. I'm like, all right, we got a mixture.
It would be a whole section of just wrestling.
Yep.
That's literally where I first started finding PWG tapes that I didn't have to order. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah, we used to have that back when wrestling DVDs were bigger in a place called CEX, which is kind of like GameStop, but and it's probably exactly the same as GameStop. You take something in, they give you what, £2 for it, and then they'll sell it for 15.
Yep, that's exactly what FYE was. 100%. They would take records, they'd take CDs, they'd take movies.
How much you give me for this? 50 pence. 50 pence.
50 pence. And then they turn around, they sell it used, $18. Hold
Right.
on, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You know what? This place smells like BO. I'm just going to go eBay.
That a boy. Smart moves.
I think the women's, I don't actually know, may have been more violent than the men's.
It was more violent than the men's.
I think there was more high spots in the men's, particularly the flaming fucking sable, which of course Darby Allin.
God. Enough with the fire.
But the girls literally just beat the shit out of each other.
They really did. Oh God.
Can we call out Mercedes for Monet for only taking one big spot? That Samoan drop to the table. Like, that was it for Mercedes. I'll take one bump.
Took one for the team. I'm the greatest of all time.
That annoyed the absolute dog shit out of me. I'm like, everybody else has died at least like once in this match. Are you gonna get at least hit? No. Bitch. She annoyed the shit out of me.
She wasn't even in the ring for the finish.
No, because
they announced the winning team, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's 6 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's Mercedes? Oh, she's still sleeping in the table mess.
Sleeping at the table.
Sleep.
Sleep. This really makes me worry about Chris Statlander, because she's just spent the last few weeks getting one over on Mercedes constantly.
Constantly.
She's been Mercedes' kryptonite, which just means, well, Mercedes is obviously going to beat her on pay-per-view then.
You know, since you guys have been doing the bleh, Ultimo Monet on here, which makes me want to throw up in my mouth as well. I think the major difference is when you look at the 9 titles that Ultimo Dragon had, the significance of the relationship with WWF or other wrestling promotions, and how the Professor Mike Tenay, which he deserves all the credit as well, being a part of that. When he was on commentary, he would emphasize the importance of the 9 belts. It would make you want to see Ultimo Dragon go against the likes of a Rey Mysterio or Dean Malenko, whoever, and it made sense, and it highlighted those belts. What Mercedes is just like, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go over there, titles on my waist everywhere, and it's one of those things where it's like, God damn it, woman, how about actually promote, emphasize, and just really showcase where these are, or Excalibur, or anybody on that thing. Bryan Danielson would be a perfect component with that. Like, explain the significance of what these belts are and where they come from. Don't just be like, oh my God, she's got all these belts. Isn't she the best? Woo! No, emphasize, enunciate.
They're literally just props.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've mentioned this a couple of times on the show. Like, who can honestly name where all these belts belong to without Google? Or who's going to go back and watch these companies after she loses these belts?
Well, look at Austin Aries in TNA when he was the belt collector. Like, the only other title that I recognized was like the Defy title that he had, besides every title in known to man, so to speak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like when Kenny did it, he had TNA, he had AEW, and he had AAA.
Mm-hmm.
3 very recognizable world championships.
Exactly.
But again, as Mike said beautifully, like Mike Tenay did with the Ultimo Dragon, is he consistently talked about the importance and where these belts are from, how it all happened, the coming together of the Super J Cup, the best light heavyweights and junior division wrestlers there were in the world at the time, from the UK, Japan, and everywhere in between. Even with Kenny, we talked about it a few weeks ago. He went to AAA and defended that belt. He went to TNA and defended that belt. Mercedes has done none of those. Even if I think Brian would be a perfect guy considering his lineage and all the fucking traveling he's done back in the day. I think if you just started talking about, oh, hey, she is a Rev Pro, women's champion, and because of that, she's got to be good and catch can in a moment where she's doing some grappling. If you use dumb little comparisons like that, maybe you can spark some light to these belts. I have always said, go there and defend them. They're not going to let her do it. They're not going to let her do it. TK is not going to let her do it. That's like letting Harry Kane go and play in a fucking, in a Sunday league game. Like, you're just not going to do it.
Well,
You're not going to risk your biggest investment. You're not doing
Did y'all see her appearance fee for these indies?
I don't even want to.
How much?
$25K.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. 25K per appearance. What's the perk? I win your title.
Oh,
That's holy
Well,
fuck.
that's a belling point.
That makes no sense whatsoever, especially because, again, you bring no attention to that fucking brand.
I mean, to be fair, that's cheaper than a front row seats at WrestleMania Saudi.
Sure. If we're fucking living in comparison land.
25K.
Like, she's made one or two appearances in, like, New Japan and stuff since, but she's got how many belts?
6,
And I think the problem is they can't really give us a history lesson on half of these belts because half of them are made up.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to see her against some Indian girl from Malaysia doing the thing for House of Glory. Like, she's been making the rounds on social media, always wanted to go against Mercedes. I'm sure she's going to win the title belt that she has over there in Malaysia. So.
Yeah.
I know.
We can only take comfort in the fact that they've already knocked her out of the women's tag team title tournament. So that one's safe for now.
Hooray.
Thank you.
But to anybody that wants to say AEW doesn't know how to tell stories, just look at the ending of the women's War Games Blood and Guts match.
Blood and Guts.
Because that was Tony sacrificing the match and sacrificing her team to save Mina Shirakawa from getting the dog shit beat out of her with one of Mercedes' 27 belts.
Yeah. They were wearing her out, they were.
Did you see the promo afterward with Tony Storm? So Mina is sitting there backstage all hurt, and she's like, there's only two things that we both know how to do, and that's sex and violence, and either way, you're getting fucked.
I fucking love Tony Storm. God damn, I love Tony Storm.
You know what? Very similar to my cousin Vinny. It's either me or them. You're getting fucked one way or the other.
I didn't know it was such an honor to get a visit from you.
Fucking love Tony Storm.
Oh, boy.
I'm so glad she didn't go back to WWE. She's a treasure.
No.
Absolute treasure.
Absolutely.
And she's not even timeless anymore. She just keeps coming out in these crazy psycho gimmicks.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call last night's appearance. It was just half Michael Myers, half Joker.
Yep.
Twisted Tony Storm.
There it is. Attaboy. I like that. Twisted Tony Storm. That sounds badass.
TK, royalties, please.
Right?
Please.
So I'm going to need my check.
Well, aside from the blood and guts match, we also got a little bit of Dragon Ricky Steamboat. Just putting down FTR.
This whole segment made no sense. He's out there just like talking to Tony Schiavone like they're just having a normal fucking conversation in the back. And then FTR interrupts them because I'm like, they're like Randy Orton. There's no legend that can come out and then Randy Orton's like, hi, Randy Orton, legend killer. And it's like, oh God, here we go all over again. It feels like the same thing with FTR. They go out there and they're like, they start being nice to him. Oh, hey, Ricky was my fucking trainer, then you taught me nothing good. Oh, wait, no, you did teach me one thing good. So it's like, motherfucker, so what it is he taught you a bunch of shit. You don't remember nothing. You don't remember nothing. That's what it really was. And then they try to kill a 70-something-year-old man just for fucking Brodito, who have no business fucking around with Ricky Steamboat anyway. I don't know. It felt weird. It was whatever. They're dying to build this fucking match so much. Like, there's no relevancy in their tag division. If you're not Brodito you can't even say Okada and Takeshita anymore. But yeah, if you're not the Bucks or fucking Brodito, they don't give a fuck about you. Not a living fuck. Not even the Hurt Syndicate.
FTR have been kind of drifting for a while, but you just reminded me of another throwback to the greatest wrestling movie of all time, Ready to Rumble.
Hey.
You kicked an old guy in the face. Crazy son of a bitch was trying to kill me.
He's trying to kill me.
My face as y'all are saying that. I had to see 73-year-old, and I love Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But FTR, I'm at the point where I'm just like, whatever with this. And I'm sorry to say that because I was a Revival fan. The matches with Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, the matches that they had with oh god, what was it friggin' Sin Cara and Kalisto? Everything that they've done in friggin' NXT and onward, the vaudevillains will be here all day. But I'm watching this and I'm just like, whatever. I'm very indifferent on them, and it sucks to say. And I mean, we already have 8 matches on this doggone Full Gear thing. It's not as bad as Max Caster and Anthony Bowen's trying to come back together, and then nobody gives a fuck because they don't want to be called the Acclaimed. And then Jerry Lynn acting like franchise Shane Douglas mid TNA 2005, 2006, trying to get the Naturals back together. Franchise fucking Naturals, people. But this is one of those things where it's just like, whatever. And I love Ricky Steamboat, but I'm just like, oh, there's Ricky Steamboat. Okay. Whatever.
I mean, he's still got some speed.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
But yeah, it doesn't look.
Jericho from 09, man.
It doesn't look good for FTR. I mean, when they came into AEW, they still had so much momentum and they were having some bangers. But yeah, they've really like driven off a cliff.
Well, that's what you do when you put it with Stokely. The man can't get no hose.
Oh God, I said it from the jump. That was the issue. Stokely makes no sense. Well, he makes sense as a manager of certain people. It made no sense for FTR to need a manager. You wanted them to be bad guys? They were the best bad guys. Just let them go out there and be assholes. Just go out there and be a dick.
You want me to pull the old inhaler out on this one just to explain this?
Please.
Yes.
For the love of Jesus. I love Mike.
Do I need to make a graphic for this?
So FTR, you see, the whole great thing about this, guys, is the fact that we go from Tully Blanchard, then we go all the way to Stokely Hathaway, who, by the way, was managing with Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander, because you see Chris Statlander turn on Willow Nightingale, and then Chris Statlander, for just no reason at all, turns heel. And then all of a sudden, we never explain the fact that she's not a heel anymore. Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, oh my God, I will not be in that War Games with you. I don't know what to do. Can we coexist? Can we not coexist? We've been doing this for 2 years, still have no idea where the fuck we're going with it, but hey, let's have some fun. Woo! War Games. Friggin' woo! Blood and guts. But then we have Stokely Hathaway over here. He can't get no hose. He can't get no satisfaction. He can't nothing for nobody. Ain't nothing but a G-Thang baby. So it's one of those things where it's just, who cares? It's just Stokely Hathaway's there. He's just like on the side. He's like a side piece that you really don't really give a shit about. But hey, I got a side piece, so what the fuck not? It just is what it is, guys.
You ordered a steak, here comes the salad. What's that for?
What's that for?
No, that's where
Do I look like I got a pet rabbit?
Right.
It's just
Talk to me, Corey.
They never explained why him and Chris Statlander were done, and they just put him with the FTR, and it's just like, okay, whatever, sure, why not?
Knock your socks off, they said. Talk to me, Corey. What's going on? Is it Stokely ruining the Carolina boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that obvious.
You don't mix good old Southern country boys with somebody like Stokely Hathaway, bro. Like, it is a mix for disaster. Like, FTR, they're from here. They live in Merritt. Well, they live in Merritt, not too far from me, to say the least. They go and shop in Marion. Stokely Hathaway is from where?
New York.
New York.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
From Harlem.
Oh God.
What I'm saying, that's like putting Booker T with
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah, let's put Booker T with the Hardy Boys. It makes no fucking sense.
I mean, to be fair, Michael Hayes and the Hardy Boys made very little sense.
Did you hear the story of Matt talking about, hey guys, you got my size? And friggin' going shopping with Michael Hayes to get the friggin' Hot Topic thing. Boys, you got my size, and everything that friggin' he was talking about. Oh God, Michael Hayes looked ridiculous in the Hot Topic gear.
Your dad is ridiculous. Period.
He looked like back. Dad's trying to be cool.
Go back and watch fucking and watch them. Oh my God, Michael Hayes used to be something different as a wrestler. I'll tell you fucking what, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you watch him on Unreal Low, and you're kind of reminded of how intelligent he actually is behind the scenes and stuff.
He's fucking bad.
And you can see why he's still around.
Oh yeah. He's got it. His brain works the business. Trust me, it works the business. Fucking again, he knows what the people want. He gets the people going, as Will Ferrell says. The guy used to fucking, I don't know if he used to fucking stuff his pants or whatever, but he used to literally go out back in the day when he was a part of the Freebirds, and he would just like pelvic thrust the fucking top turnbuckle and make all the bitches go wild. Michael P.S. Hayes is P.S. for a reason, baby.
I remember Jerry Lawler claiming that Michael Hayes taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk.
Yes. Oh, God. Fucking so dumb. Oh, I love it.
And when I was like,
maybe we'll get the Michael movie. When
I was like 10, I almost believed it.
Hey, right? You know what? You know what? He's got some swag.
I think I turned to my dad and went, "Did he really teach Michael Jackson how to moonwalk?" He went, "No, of course he didn't."
Fuck no. No. Fuck no. This guy got no coordination.
But then on the same event, Motorhead played Triple H to the ring, so it was all good.
Hey, that's a win, baby. That's a win.
So as far as the men's Blood and Guts goes, like we said, there was more high spots. Darby just literally trying to burn himself every fucking week.
I don't know why.
The finish
is he still cold from Mount Everest?
Yeah.
I gotta get fucking warm. I gotta light myself on fire.
Yeah, he's obsessed with lighting things on fire since he came back from Everest.
Yeah, he's still cold.
The finish kind of pissed me off because...
Kind of?
How the fuck are we supposed to take Jon Moxley seriously when he's supposed to be this fearless, deathmatch, hardcore, murderous psychopath, and he's quitting, he's tapping out to everything?
And Kyle O'Reilly.
He tapped out to an ankle lock.
First off, Kyle O'Reilly was fucking awesome.
And I love Kyle O'Reilly. That's what I'm saying. I love Kyle O'Reilly.
Like, start pushing fucking Kyle first and foremost. But no, they brought it up that Mox surrendered in the other Blood and Guts match. He's talked about how he submitted to Hangman Adam Page, and you're like, yeah, how am I supposed to take you seriously? The guy running in there with the fork stabbing everybody, the second he gets into a predicament where he's like, oh crap, I'm gonna lose, he turns into every fucking, like, he's freaking out. He just starts freaking out. It's like, I thought you were the big scary guy.
Yeah.
No, he's. I don't think. I'm going to make this shit ass comparison. I don't know if fucking Superman's going to freak out like a girl and start screaming if you bring kryptonite near him. But I mean, like, that's what happens with Jon Moxley, dude. You find his weakness, and he's like, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore.
He's
okay.
He's all bark, all bitch.
Hey, I like that.
Now, okay, since we're talking about Blood and Guts, I got to talk about Bag of Dicks for a second here.
Bag of Dicks.
So, Daniel Garcia, for the love of all that is holy, comes out. He's got the mask on. I'm like, dude, this is a Blood and Guts match. What are we playing Operation over here? Who we scoping? Like, literally, who we scoping? It's one of those things.
He just got done watching The Pit.
Yeah, there you go. It's one of those things where I messaged this to Dazzy, and I'm going to say it here on the show. Daniel Garcia, with his hood up, just looking like this, like, oh, I guess I'm going to go wrestle a match now. It reminds me of, he looks like a shy emo kid at a skate park with his iPod in his ear listening to Backcountry by Avenged Sevenfold. That is the best interpretation, an image of what I can describe Daniel Garcia as. He does not belong in this as well. This is like Paul Roma being on the Four Horsemen. This is literally what this is. It's just the absolute shit. It's like just putting, it's like, who can I go with here? It's like the J&J Security. I love Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury, but then you're putting him in the Authority. He should just be one of the fall guys. If Daniel Garcia was to ever go to WWE, I would put his ass on Tubi. I would put him on Evolve and just keep him on the Tubi front. This dude is the drizzling shits. He sucks. I'll say it till the cows come home. I like Marina Shafir more than that. I'm going to tell you right now, I have shit on Marina Shafir. But I would rather, with how they're building her and Megan Bayne now, ever since Penelope Ford's injury, you got the badass, the statuesque Megan Bayne, who's tall and has the power moves, and then you got Marina Shafir over here with her judo throws and her overall submission technician vibes. Put them as the tag champs and have them as the heel. And I'm saying that. And I have a thing with Marina Shafir, which I hated how she was booked. But Daniel Garcia, and I'm going to put this in the bluntest of terms, and I'm going to quote Notorious from 2009. It's like a bad crab that makes my dick itch. And I don't even have crabs. that is the overall, and I hate to put it bluntly on that, but that is the overall image I can describe when it comes to Daniel Garcia. He's a fart knocker, man. He's a fart knocker.
It's like James Ellsworth joining the Shield.
There you go. There you go. It's like James Ellsworth as the mascot. Chince McMahon. You just made the list.
But I'm glad you brought up Marina, because I was going to say 2 people from the Murder Crew came out of last night looking great. One was Claudio Castagnoli. He was a game changer as soon as he got in the cage.
Make him the leader already. Kick out Mox and make him the fucking leader.
He feels like more of a leader than Mox. Mox is just a little bitch right now. And Marina Shafir, she was presented outstandingly last night. She appeared how Ronda Rousey should have been. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why she came into a blood and guts match barefoot.
Because that's
savage. That's right.
No, Chris Statlander on the nails. Ugh.
I saw the same. I thought the same thing, and then all of a sudden it was like, holy, okay, you know what? You do whatever the fuck you want, girl, because you're in there killing it. Like, everything she did looked smooth. Yeah, that super soft kick that still looked like it hit hard, that lands Chris on the bed of nails. I thought that was great. She's in there just judo flipping for real, these ladies, but they're safe. They're not like, oh my God, no. They're safe. Like, it's a quick whip and a strong landing. Nothing crazy. Everything she did, I thought, looked really, really good, which is crazy because I'm with Mike, and I'm sure we're all a little bit in this boat. The amount of crap that has been talked on Marina Shafir could fill a landfill.
Guilty.
Okay?
and it takes one performance. It takes one performance to. I wouldn't say, no, that's not true. I've been a little bit more intrigued with her since her teaming up with Megan Bain thing. But one true performance of her showing her style has going to elevate her so much more. She was a kind of a big deal in the Moxley Murder Crew. Now she is a big deal in the Moxley Murder Crew. If you all of a sudden look stronger than the fucking leader and you're the girl that doesn't say nothing, win.
Yeah.
Absolute win.
It's a small detail, but her entrance was everything, from her pace and the camera shot of just staying behind her, not cutting to the ring, just following her all the way to the ring was perfect. It made her look like a star.
Mm-hmm. Made her look like a killer.
Hopefully they can keep the momentum going, because like you said, we've talked a lot of shit about Marina Shafir, but it feels like she's finally found the perfect spot.
It's coming due, baby.
There is one person we will always talk shit about, and that's our former tag team partner, Jessamine Duke, or as Mama Lark likes to call her, Marmaduke. She was the drizzling shit. She was awful. So bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, this is some things you want to forget in life, and that's one of them.
Yep.
The idea of the four horsewomen of MMA is a good one. Just remember it was 3, and it wasn't 4. It was 3.
She reminds me of Slim from Bug's Life.
Well, I mean, it's funny. Like, they teased it for 2 years straight. Like, the 4 of them, Shayna, Ronda, Marina, and Jessamine against the WWE's 4 horsewomen. They did it at the Mae Young Classic. But then I'm like, you know what? After seeing Jessamine Duke and all that, I'm okay that we didn't get the match. I'm okay.
Yeah, I think her and Marina were, no pun intended, the problem back then.
Heyo.
But Ronda drove off a cliff. Shayna got buried, and now Marina's shining, so wrong place, wrong time.
Crazy how that works. Crazy how it works.
What else happened? Oh, yeah, there was the Falls Count Anywhere with Hangman and Powerhouse Hobbs, and Hobbs just got murdered. Like, got electrocuted.
It reminded me of Mick and Rock. I think it was the Last Man Standing match from Valentine's Day Massacre. That was pretty sweet. I like the electrical stuff. I thought it was cool.
We always like the electrical stuff.
Yo, but he got bounced on his friggin' ass from that backdrop. Holy hell. My God, he was right on his ass.
That's a big dude that bounced, dude. Yeah, that one was gnarly.
It's kind of a shame that it wasn't a title match, because it was good enough to be.
It was actually really good. I'm the amount of strength that fucking Hobbs has is beyond me, because there's a couple times in this match where he lands funny, but he somehow just springs back up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like there was one instance, like early in the match, he gets I want to say Hangman, I forget what he does, and he lands with his leg like inward and just crooked looking, and I'm like, oh fuck, that looks like it hurt. And this big ass dude springs up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, he's a goddamn machine all of a sudden. He's got the fucking bionic knees since he's tore both of them. So I'm like, all right, good on him. And yeah, no, it was really good. It was a little, I want to say it was a little dragged out, but then again, you got 3 matches. You want to extend it because the only matches you're really giving a shit about are the blood and guts. And then this one stood out when the only matches we were supposed to care about was blood and guts. So I liked it. At this point, I'm like, you might as well make Hobbs a fucking challenger for Hangman because, I mean, yes, there was lots of gimmicks and a whole lot of bullshit that they can get away with, but Hobbs looked good. Like, and I'm saying that, and again, we're talking about people we've shat on for a while. I remember when we had no idea what to do with Hobbs. I still kind of don't know what to do with Hobbs. But he looked good enough that maybe you can try to do something with Hobbs. Main event picture was a unified title before he fucking loses it, or maybe after it's changes over to Takeshita or whatever. International title, all the other. When's the fucking Continental tournament? You know what I mean? Like there has to be an opportunity to give Hobbs some more spotlight after this. Now, the question literally just popped into my head: do we need to start studying Hangman? Because look at the rise of Mark Briscoe after his match with Hangman Adam Page and the interactions and they had and that whole fun stuff. And look at where he is now. He's a fucking main eventer. We didn't say he was going to be, and now he is. And it took one good match with Hangman for Hobbs to all of a sudden look like the Hobbs we've been trying to see. Is this guy the formula?
Kind of the same with Joe.
Is he Super Cena now?
We're kind of the same with Joe. We haven't seen this quality of Joe since his feud with MJF.
Mm-hmm.
And then that title run, which was a great run for a veteran. But yeah, Hangman himself has been on a rise in this run, so much better than his first run as champion. The feuds are better quality, the matches are better quality.
He's hitting on all cylinders, all 8 cylinders.
And now we're getting a cage match with Joe at Full Gear.
So I gotta ask, did y'all see this card that's been updated now for Full Gear?
Please.
No.
Okay, so we have 8 matches total, 2 on the pre-show, and as of right now, it is 6 on the main. So the pre-show is the team of Boom and Doom, Big Boom, AJ, and QT Marshall against Roppongi Vice's Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Max Caster and Anthony Bowens against TBA, and the reason why they're doing it, like I mentioned, you see Jerry Lynn came out there and said, hey guys, you guys need to come back together then. And Tony Khan said, hey, you guys draw ratings, why don't you come together? And now here we are, bam, Full Gear, go. But we don't know who their opponents are. Statlander and Mercedes, Hangman and Joe in the cage, Brodito and FTR, Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express against the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander, the Casino Gauntlet match, and Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. So that's the card so far.
Not terrible.
You could probably add 1 or 2 more because 2 of those are on the pre-show, which gives you 6 on the main.
But he's not going to add 2
more. No, he's getting like 7 more.
Yeah, like 7 more. It's going to be a 5.5-hour show with no breaks. Don't piss. You're going to have to pee yourself. Don't eat. It's going to be ridiculous.
It's the week before Survivor Series, so you got to go big.
Have to go big.
Can you stop looking at the camera, by the way? Oh, God, did y'all see him and Tony Schiavone announcing this national championship? Hey, guys, the national championship, we're just going to add that to AEW right now. It's the greatest thing ever. Tune in to Full Gear.
The thing that irks the shit out of me about that is he has moments where he's like, yeah, da-da-da-da. But then he's like the little kid who can't stop doing this.
Yep.
And he's always got a cup of coffee.
Yep. Hey, baby, cocaine and coffee.
That's not coffee.
Cocaine and coffee, baby. I gotta give Joe a little fucking guff real quick because he attacks Hangman after this match. Fucking Shibata fucking chucks the shit out of him. But Joe gets in there and he starts beating on him, and then he asks for the cage to be lowered. And then all of a sudden the save makes it happen. The save happens, whatever. They're going up the fucking ramp. And then that's when Hangman tells him, he's like, well, I want it to be a steel cage now. And then he starts freaking out. You brought the cage down to make your interaction of you beating his ass a cage match.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like, Cage match. Everybody freak out. What the fuck?
And kind of downsizing too, because he brought down a double cage to make the stipulation a single cage.
How dare he? I need a bigger cage. That's why he freaked out. I need a bigger one.
Can we bring back the triple cage? Let's just do a triple cage.
It's
called
I know it's a
the Ready to
WCW
Rumble
thing,
match.
but you can give it a new name.
There it is. Just based it off the movie and call David Arquette. You'll be fine.
Please. I will bust you.
I will bust you.
That's it.
You can even get Sting to come back again.
Hey.
Old man Sting. I love
love
Samoa
Jimmy.
Joe.
Oh, yeah. You love Jimmy King. I love Jimmy King. We're men, and we're not afraid to love other men.
Hangman Page is alright by me.
Oh, I can already hear David Arquette. Hit me. My turn.
To be fair, this looks like a pretty solid card, to be fair. The last card didn't look great on paper, but it ended up being a great pay-per-view. Whereas this one looks pretty good, so it's probably going to end up being a hell of a pay-per-view.
Cool with me.
And let's not forget $1 million in the trios match.
$1 million.
$1 million. Oy vey. Hey, Sir Bigglesworth, where you be?
All right, so we have, again, 3 matches in the promo climax this week, so let's get another one now. It's a top versus bottom clash. As Mo said, it's Wolves versus Arsenal in the Butcher block. And I really want Blade to get more points because Rob is tied with us at the top, and I can't have him winning another 3. Neither can Mo.
No. No.
But we also heard from the Demoness during the break, so it looks like Rob's also got to keep an eye over his shoulder for her. Maybe part 3 of Showdown in the Shadows coming up. But for now,
Oy.
it is Blade Rodriguez versus Robert Davis.
Let's go, Blade.
Up the Wolves?
What's up, everybody? This week on Max Wrestling, I guess I have the pleasure of facing the notorious individual who does not even need an introduction, but his name, Mr. Robert Davis. Now, Mr. Davis, what can I say? Max Wrestling's infamous KKK skinhead. Well, listen here, Caillou. I don't care what anyone says about me. I don't care what you got to say about me. I don't care about how boring my promos supposedly seem to be. You don't need to be super flashy to send a message. You don't need to be super dramatic to take someone down. But, you know, Caillou, as in growing up is just for kids. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the show may want some pizzazz, and I'm honored to get to finally compete against another competitor I don't really know that much of. I mean, after all, who are you again, PBS? Yeah, that's what I thought. A nobody. Somebody that isn't even a fly on the wall of this competition. But I'll give you your credit where credit's due. You seem like a well-put-together gentleman. I say from the limited interaction I've had with you, a kind individual. But you are a background character nonetheless. Someone that before today I don't even know who you are. And I remember AT&T Rustler more than you. I remember freaking Timu Moses with a king splitting the Red Sea more than your ass. But yeah. So, I bid you good luck. Pebble. And I say pebbles because you're not even a rock in my way of the stream and flow of victory. But yeah. It's not going to take a lot of knowledge to conquer you, if you know what I mean.
Oh boy. So, here we are, the final match. In the promo climax. You know, it's been kind of uneventful for me, your stat man. I had a nose injury. And we're feeling a little under the weather right now, but we're not going to let that stop us from crunching the numbers, from performing the theories, to make sure the equations line up to date here. But I've got one more number to crunch. Blade, come close, sunshine. I want to make sure you're awake while I'm doing this here. Because it seems that every time you show up on camera, every time you try to cut one of these promos, that seem to somehow put yourself to sleep. I can't help but notice something. You kind of look like Macaulay Culkin on Adderall. Trying to remember where he left his childhood and his charisma, all jittery, wide-eyed, but somehow completely lifeless. It's like someone tried to reboot Home Alone, but forgot to plug in the main character. Wake up. And while you're out here looking like a discounted, chemically enhanced Kevin McAllister, who never quite made it back from the airport, the rest of us, we were doing the work. We were building the craft. You kept disrespecting. Every time you pretend you belong here, you see, the thing is, Blade, I've heard a lot about you. I've seen what you've done, and frankly, as one of the progenitors of this whole promo thing, I'm utterly disrespected by your presence, because you have no idea what you're doing here. Thus, you do not belong here. You were never one of us, Blade. You're not going to be one of us. You're an outsider with a punchline for a face. You see, you have a promo style that could tranquilize a gorilla. Man literally falls asleep during his own lines. How do you bore yourself, Blade? That's what I don't understand. How does one do this and fall asleep while doing it? I just don't seem to understand how you find that acceptable, how anybody finds that acceptable. Like I said, as somebody who's done this from the beginning, who laid the groundwork for little punks like you to come in and disrespect the craft, the work that we put in to do this, I'm just more sick to my stomach than anything. You think that's talent? That's just not the kind of talent you want to have. And when it's all said and done, you'll be exactly what the numbers always said you would be. You'll be an afterthought, a fading Polaroid in the memories of those who watch this thing. You're gonna fade away into nothing. Just somebody pretending who actually knows what they're doing. And I know
I was never the villain. I was the cure, pretending to be the sickness. Demoness, we will see you soon.
The thing is, Blade, you're not one of us. You never will be. Statman out.
We are just 2 weeks away from our next Max event, Promo Series 10 Endgame. It is a 2-night epic event and comes your way November 25th and 27th, featuring predictions from Survivor Series War Games.
War Games.
I don't do it as good as Regal.
Nobody can do it as good as Regal. It's Promo Series tradition. The Knowledge Championship will be on the line in the winner stays on gauntlet as Teddy P defends against Moses Marquez. The winner goes on to defend against the next two challengers, and a switch-up revealed on Aftermax last week. Blade Rodriguez replaces Cypher, and the third challenger is still TBD. That means to be decided, kids.
I love the added wrench thrown in there. It is a endgame for the Promo Climax, as the winners of Block A and Block B will face each other for the Max Unified Championship, and the winners will have the playoff of an unspecified championship. So the winners will take on for the Unified, and the runners-up will go for an unspecified.
Hopefully more details on that next week. If not, we're going to have to wait till Promo Series to find out what the unspecified title is. We also have tag team title action, so I'm going to throw it over to one of the challengers right now, who is bringing in his partner for the first time, the podcast machine, Mike Larkin.
S&M going for the Max Wrestling World Tag Team Championships. Dazzy, Corey, let me tell you something about Moses Marquez. Moses Marquez sat his fat ass down on a chair, and he broke it. Now, I know what you're thinking. That is a scene right out of Shallow Hell, but the difference between Shallow Hell and Moses Marquez is that's actually entertaining. And then you got Daniel Crimmins on the other side of the coin, right? You see, Daniel Crimmins walked into a Best Buy, and he immediately got kicked out because the name of the store is Best Buy, not irrelevant and not worth it, which perfectly describes Daniel Crimmins. So these smooth-talking Long Islanders are going in to Promo Series to win those Max Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Because when you think of tag teams, when you think of brotherhood, and when you think of somebody that is actually too sweet, it's S&M, baby. So let us go. Promo Series, Steve's debut, my anniversary. I'm in there like swimwear.
Always got the one-liners. Preview there at the tag team title match coming up at Promo Series.
Love it, love it, love it. Mike's confident, but the reality of the matter is the TSK had to beat the longest, well, not longest, but one of the toughest tag teams we have here in Max Wrestling. I mean, so they beat them so bad that they had to separate, and now they're angry at each other. So if we think a couple of hockey goons are going to come in to the sunny side of California and do something, well, brother, man, you got a little bit more thinking to do. Give your balls a tug, as they say up north.
East Coast, bitch. Fuck you. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be
the best part. This is
We're
what
gonna
this
save
is
it
all
for
about.
the promo. Okay, we'll start going here. Save for the promo. We got a few weeks. Save for the promo.
Got a couple weeks. Got to build it up. Trust me. The other side of this is chomping at the bit. If he was here, I'm sure he'd be chirping just as much. But that's the beauty of it all. The chirp is back and forth. But yeah, 2 weeks. The countdown is on. And boy, howdy, the belts truly are on the line. And it could go either way in the Climax final. We do know that Beer and Cypher will go one-on-one for their shot at the Max Wrestling World Championship at the request of the Demoness herself. Well, I actually got a little something I want to throw into that mix right here, right now. It's a part of my promo, but guess what, folks? You're going to hear that after this fun plug. If, for some reason, the miracle doesn't go off, if Wolves do not topple Arsenal, and for somehow if I do not pass my co-host here, I don't know if she's going to like it. I don't care if she's going to like it. I'm throwing my name into the mix, and I'm making that match a triple threat. It'll be Cypher.
Oh.
It'll be Beer. It'll be Jefe. Winner goes back for my Max Wrestling World Championship.
Oh,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like we need a GM on this show, but okay.
We do. We really do.
Once again, it is a 2-day event. Promo Series 10 Endgame comes your way November 25th and 27th. Go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com/promo series for more information. And I should say, of course, it is the reason Mike wants to be on Promo Series so much is because it's the anniversary of his first Max event. So it's his event. Promo Series is to Mike what Survivor Series is to The Undertaker.
Hey,
yeah.
I like
Hey,
it.
win, lose, or draw, I'm in there like swimwear. By the way, I just have to bring this up because you mentioned it in your little plug there. I literally was like, what the hell does that mean? Can you like give me an explanation? I'm listening to this last week as you're building this up, and you're like, tug your balls. I'm like, why am I tugging my balls, man? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not tugging my balls, freaking you just promoting this, and all I heard on here tugging my balls. I'm like, all right, whoa, that's not PG.
So you're the hockey guys, one of the
Well,
greatest
he is the hockey
shows.
guy. I'm the wrestling guy. He's the hockey guy. So
Then he'll understand this. One of the great hockey shows out right now. It's called Shoresy.
Okay.
Check out Shoresy. Gives your balls a tug. Actually, it starts with Letterkenny, but Shoresy's all hockey based. I go Shoresy. It's good stuff. It's just Canadian humor.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something, Moses Marquez. You had kind of held me feeling like Triple H and Shawn Michaels in there at Rated RKO. What did he say he was going to do to my ass?
Show the one with Randy and the midget and the jelly bean.
All right, that's enough. I was young. Freaking Playgirl on the screen.
You told me girls about that magazine.
Stuff you can't get away with now. Okay,
man. With all the hockey talk, I'm feeling like I need to watch Slapshot again.
Yeah, you do. We all should.
Mystery Alaska while we're at it, friggin'. Oh, never mind.
No.
Mighty Ducks, baby.
Hey, there we go.
Ducks.
There we bring some family wholesome Maki into this.
All right, so speaking of family and wholesome and all that stuff, it is time for co-hosts to collide. It is Cap versus El Jefe in the promo climax, and the top of the butcher block rides on this match. Let's get to it.
All comes down to it.
I am your Max Welsh champion, North Carolina champion, dual champion, whatever the fuck you want to call it these days. I am 2 steps away from putting it all on the line for one shot at the television championship, to regain the championship that means the most to me. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Moses. It's so ironic that you and I are drawn together this week of all weeks, because I am cutting this promo a couple of days in advance so that I am addressing you exactly 1 year to the day that I messaged you and Travis and said, I have had a 24 hours from hell. I am completely broken, and I don't know what the future holds for Max or if I even want to continue. But I certainly don't feel like doing an episode this week. The response of Moses Marquez was, I can handle the show. I'll talk to the boys and take over for a couple of weeks. That is the caliber of Moses Marquez. When I was going through the worst period of my life exactly 1 year ago, Moses stepped the fuck up, dragged my bleeding ass to the sidelines, and picked up the flag to keep the race going. Moses, you are more than my co-host, my friend, my confidant, my brother. I am honored to be facing you in this tournament, because I have the utmost respect for you, and I know how much tournaments mean to you. But here's the problem. It's me or you. Statistically, I have the best chance of winning the butcher block, because this week is the last match for you and Rob, but I still got 1 to go. So all I need to do to get closer to winning back my TV title is beat you and then beat AT Rustler next week. Poetic, really, because as we both know, Mo, you are the reason I own a replica of the television championship. So don't be the reason that I lose out on winning it back. And get out of the fucking way. Speaking of Travis, I really wish that he was in this tournament because I've always had a soft spot for the South. Now, with all that said, give me my title back.
There's only one thing left to do. Only one thing left to do. There is mathematically, systematically, nothing else I can do. There's mathematically, systematically, problematically, nothing more I can do at this point. It is now officially up to the people out there to help me shoot for a miracle. The miracle of miracles. Not only do I need to get past Daz, which I'm already, unfortunately for him, looking right by him, but I'll get to him in a second. But not only do I need to get past Daz, I need to ask Wolves to beat Arsenal. I need to ask the Jets to win a game against anybody. Or I guess the Giants, or at this point any New York team. Because goodness gracious, good golly me. I need Blade Rodriguez to beat the guy I couldn't beat in Robert Davis. As I sit here and continue to sulk over the loss to Robert Davis. And not just any loss, but one of epic proportion. 87% voting to him. Leaves me with 13% because mathematically I'm tuned in because you know the classes that are over there. But I need an impossible mission to be completed. Even if by some miracle it's a 50-50 draw and I still somehow overcome Daz, it's not enough. It will not be enough. I absolutely need, I'm praying on the hope and the belief is there for the miracle that Blade Rodriguez beats Robert Davis, forcing us to, I guess, I would say it would end up in a tie, but technically he would own the tiebreaker because he beat me. But regardless, if we end on the same points, we're going to have to make it a triple threat, right? Or just a fucking battle of the death or something. Whoa. It came out of my mouth sounding all cool and fancy, and then I remembered who Robert David is. Right now, he's the stat man, trust me. There's another side of him. Bringing up the D word and not that other one that y'all are thinking about is going to get me in some serious trouble. But you know what? I feel like I want some trouble. I feel like I need some trouble. Like I need to... Can't believe I'm going to do this. I guess call it using executive powers, or maybe, just maybe, I'm a man with nothing more to lose, with everything to gain. So I'm throwing it out there, because it has to be done. If by some obvious non-miracle, that my miracle does not come to fruition. If Blade Rodriguez cannot be the wolves to, I guess, could be my wolves to everyone else's arsenal and pull the upset of the fucking year, then I want to crash that party. Then I want to throw my name into the hat. I want to be the third man. Make it a triple threat. Beer, Cypher, Hefe. Winner goes on to face the one, the only, the scariest one of them all, the Demoness, for my Max Wrestling World Championship. Because at the end of the day, as much as I wanted it to be best friends in the final, so it can go down like it did in Bilbao, it's going to end up like it did last weekend, a draw, because we won't have an opportunity to go against each other yet. But if this doesn't happen, and it looks like it's not, I'm throwing my name in the hat. Accept my challenge, or be scared.
The hell's a bellend?
A bellend? You're a bellend, mate. Look, bellend 1, bellend 2, big veiny bellend over here.
All right, it's been a while since Mike was present for the Bell End board, so who you got for it?
Well, I'm going to give 50 points to Vince Russo for reasons. The first one, where he was like, bro, they got Candice LeRae now as a producer for WWE. Bro, we all know the Shawn Michaels loves Johnny Gargano. First of all, Vince, Candice LeRae has been in the business since 2002, which how hypocritical of you, because you went back to WWE in 2002 for 2 weeks, and then you went straight into TNA, NWA TNA at the time. So Candice LeRae, thinking in your mind, your Long Island mind, as a fellow Long Islander, I'm going to have to call you out on this, bro. The fact that you don't think that this woman could not give knowledge and pearls of wisdom to the younger generations coming up is absolutely absurd. That would be like equating to how Shayna Baszler was doing some producer work in NXT. Like, Shayna Baszler doesn't have the mechanics and everything to go into her technique. I mean, this woman was trained by Billy Robinson, for God's sake. So, I mean, everything that he says is just either he just sees it for what he reads, or just he's just so naive and just so abysmal to anything that comes his way. And then the other thing that really came our way is we found out that he is the investor of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. So he is down with the clowns. And I got to tell you, I watched the episode before his actual arrival as the investor. Oh my God, we got Jasmine Sinclair going in the limo. Jasmine Sinclair, who hasn't been relevant since the late 90s ECW, and just for her pornographic career of taking on 9 guys at once. So there's one of those things where she goes into the limousine and she looks like she's given, you know, head, not Al Snow type of head, but head in the limousine. And I'm just like, really? And then there's a freaking guy in the friggin' bathroom, in the girls' bathroom, because he doesn't want to fight the Soul Taker and Cocaine. Yes, they are a tag team. It's the Soul Taker and Cocaine. And then Cocaine is in the bathroom doing said cocaine in the bathroom. And then Big Vito, the Don of Juggalo Championship Wrestling, is just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you trying to get me pinched? And I'm like, what is this, a Bronx Tale? And then he's just like, you know what? You're fired. You're fired. And then Vince Russo has the gall to go on Twitter and go, bro, that's a cliffhanger, bro. That's how you do a cliffhanger. Not like this mamsy-pamsy, this mamby-pamby, this sissy Marys that they do on WWE. And then he had this woman, this female talent, cut a promo. And she's like, what do you do with your arms? You think anybody gives a rat's ass about what you're trying to say? And then he's like, bro, I told her how to improvise on the fly. And I'm just like, God, he is turning this back to 1998. And then his followers, the cult following that he has of this, is just like, you know, this is how wrestling should be. This is real wrestling. Mister, I'm going to have to ask you to get your gay porn out of this bar. So it's one of those things where we're going back to how he wants wrestling should be and what he thinks it should be, a 1998 Jerry Springer style based booking of Raw that he and Ed Ferrara used to do. So for that, 50 points I give to you, Vinny Rude.
Even peak Attitude Era Raw wasn't that.
No, God,
that's,
check the retro for that shit.
When you order wrestling from Temu.
And then I'll give it
wrestling was bad. Stories were a little worse, but it was entertaining.
And I'll give 20 points. as a collective, because they are a couple. Nixon Newell and Miranda Alizé for, 3 minutes. We need the 3 minutes. Give it over to them. First of all, as they say in anything in life, and especially professional wrestling, make the most of your time. Doesn't matter if it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, make the most of your time, because you never know when you're going to get hired back. We saw it back in the days with the Hardys when they were jobbing to Nikolai Volkov and the Ringmaster and King Kong Bundy. Like, stuff like that really resonates and sticks with people, so you never know when you're going to get invited back. We mentioned James Ellsworth. Like, that performance that he had with Braun Strowman got him a job within the WWE. So, I mean, just don't do that. And I know this is going to be her last year, she's saying, because she's done after next year. But still, Nixon Newell, don't be a big leaguer, because last year you got fired from the WWE. And this year, you're just out there. And Miranda Alizé, I say who? You know what I'm saying? Alizé, who? I think she was the one that got kicked by Marina Shafir in the face because she forgot the duck. I don't remember, and I don't really give a rat's ass. But still, 10 points each for you, and I'm being nice. But God damn it, if you're there to do a job and make the most of your time, you make the most of your time.
Yeah, I've seen this story, and so for anybody that isn't really up on it, basically, Nixon and Miranda had an enhancement match in AEW. They were only going to get, 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And apparently their response was, we respectfully decline because we're not going to get all our stuff in 3 minutes. We'd like to give this opportunity to somebody else. So they thought they were doing a good thing.
Thought
Everybody
so.
called bullshit on them.
But basically, and I really like Nixon Newell, one, because she's Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
2, because I really enjoyed her in the ring. But you bitched out. Because you were disappointed you only got a couple minutes. And yes, we complain that, 3 minutes is bullshit for a women's match. They deserve longer. But sometimes this is just the way things go. And like you said, Nixon and who?
Miranda Alizé wrestled on Dark.
Oh, no, we know. But
it was 3 minutes, but that would have been an opportunity to get eyes on her, because right now we don't know who she is.
I don't know you at all, darling.
But we know you two. Me, Nixon. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry, because we ain't sorry that they ain't showing up. If I was Mike, I don't want to say stole my thunder with with Russo, but I mean, he's number one on my list each and every week. But I'm giving 25 to TK because of simply just the FTR Ricky Steamboat segment that made no fucking sense, to build to nothing, for no, like, we already know it's going to be a tag match, world championship tag match, whatever. Like, we already know. Really don't need to build it on a show where you've emphasized 3 matches. You could have given that 10 minutes to anything else. Anything else. I don't think you could have given it more to the matches or whatever. I'm sure you could have plugged some bullshit. Anything else would have been better than this. It's just, you're reaching. You're reaching with it, and it's a bit much. I guess I kind of want to add, like, it's time to pull the fucking trigger on either dropping John Moxley from the Moxley Murder Crew, or just have it just have it fucking implode. Just have it implode, because now there's no reason for it to hang out. They've lost it all. Mox continuously surrenders. They're not as strong as they thought they were. Be done with it. Either be done with it or be done with him. So 25 for TK. Leave the cocaine alone. Put the coffee down. Drink some fucking water. And let's try to figure some shit out.
I'm trying to sleep a little bit.
Hey,
I will
that's a
add an extra 30 to TK. I will actually add an extra 30 to that, and I'll tell you why. We mentioned it on Kicking It with the TSK, and I'll mention it here now that I'm with you gentlemen. Tony Khan comparing John Moxley to this generation's Harley Race, and I respectfully say on here, no. No.
No.
Because he's like, well, I saw it in Japan, and I'm like, no, just Tony, don't even try to explain.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm going to add 9 to TK just because he's on an odd number, so now he's on 800.
Beautiful.
His number's higher than my credit score. Holy shit.
That's what happens when you are the drizzling shits running the company.
Oh my god.
Cypher, who you got?
I gotta give 20 to Kevin Nash.
Okay.
What did Kevin Nash do?
Kevin Nash is pretty much saying that it's not Triple H's job for all the debauchery that's going on with his booking, the talent, and everything else. He's pretty much defending Triple H's bullshit right now.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's not the head of creative's job to control the booking.
That makes no sense at all. Like,
yeah, said that's not his job. And I'm just like, Kevin,
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Kevin, I know you ain't got many brain cells left, Mr. Nash, but I'm pretty sure COO is a title.
Operations includes
right.
But he's like, no, this can't be all Paul's fault. I mean, come on, he's a hell of a guy. I love Paul.
That's why.
You dick riding Paul. Stop it.
Hey.
I think you get less brain cells than quads at this point.
Oh, you got.
Can we put 20 on the board for Road Dogg?
Oh, please, yeah.
Yeah.
So just because he's the co-writer of SmackDown, and I love SmackDown. I love wrestling each and every week, but his writing has just been meh, and SmackDown's kind of been meh. So I have to give 20 to the Road Diggity Dog. Take him off of creative, please.
It was the same last time he was in control of creative on SmackDown. It was a drizzling shit. So why the fuck is he back? Besides being Triple H's best buddy.
I don't know anymore, man. Just Road Dogg.
If anybody besides Triple H was running a show, Road Dogg wouldn't have been back in a position to book a show after the first time was such a disaster.
I saw YouTuber Just Alex was talking about, can we make Evolve NXT and move Shawn Michaels as the booker of SmackDown? And I got to tell you, I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that.
Shawn is just, he gets it. He's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Really is.
I don't know who I'm putting on the bell on board this week then. Oh, no, that's not really Mox's fault for tapping out. Oh yeah, Mercedes. I mean, she's gonna get points anyway but like we said, she showed up in Blood and Guts and took one fucking bump.
One bump.
Can we give her 40 for the 25K? Can we just give her 40 for the 25K?
Yeah,
there we go.
That is ridiculous.
Who got money like that?
Not fucking indie promotions.
Especially not the ones those belts
house.
she's got.
Oy vey. Ridiculous.
Let's see who else.
40 for her. Easy money on that. Is there anybody else that could get some pointage?
I got plenty of points for the Bruv board, but I can't think of many dumb ones this week. No, it's actually been pretty good.
I got nothing.
All right, then.
Even to come back, but that's not Bellin worthy. But
yeah, good point.
You know what? I'll give it 10 just for the Nikki Bella heel turn, just because I don't want to see.
All right. I didn't want to be a big asshole, but he's right. He's 100%.
Well, in that case, then I'm going to throw an extra 10 to Triple H.
Yeah.
Because as much as I like the Kabuki Warriors, I do think you had a good thing going with Alexa and Charlotte, and now you've taken the titles off them. Pretty much just to enhance the team of Nia Jax and Lash Legend.
Okay. All right. I watched that and I'm like, I really want the type of like Home Improvement face, because I'm like, wait a minute, y'all had these matches on NXT, and now it's just like, oh, I respect her from our bouts in NXT. Now we're a tag team. Now, mind you, Lash has improved tremendously. I'm like, her and Jakara Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Like, it was great. And then, of course, she went to TNA. But yeah, this is kind of like a makeshift team. I'm like, all right, I guess, sure, whatever you say.
All right, I guess they'll go along with it.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Can we give Nia Jackson points then? Just
give her 10. Just give 10 for Nia. Just because it's Nia.
Just for breathing.
I mean, I was going to say for constantly being involved in some title picture, but okay. Honestly, I think at this point she's worse than Charlotte for being shoehorned into everything.
Oh, yeah. It's worse, that's for sure.
All right. I think we're going to have some more names for this one then, so let's throw it over to the good side. It is time to put some points on the bruv board. Bruv.
Bruv.
Brother.
All right, who wants to kick off the bruv board?
Bruv board. As much as I cannot stand that this fellow wants to just like light himself ablaze because he's still cold from Mount Everest. He's a crazy madman, and I'm going to give Darby Allin 30 points for just the fucking violence he has to endure just so he looks relevant. It's a bit much, but I love him anyway.
Yeah. He's just destroying his body week after week. So.
Week after week.
We loved Steve-O for it back in the day, so...
Hey!
What the hell?
What the hell?
All right, real quickly, I'm going to throw Marina Shafir some points because she impressed the hell out of us all last night. 30 points to Marina. You look like you finally found your spot. Let's just try and keep that momentum going.
I want to say that's all thanks to Mox.
Mm.
He's been training with her like a motherfucker.
Maybe that's why he's so exhausted and keeps tapping out.
Hey, I'm about to say, hey, that's possible. Which is crazy, considering look at her goddamn husband.
Yeah, Roddy, come on, man.
What are you doing?
I got to give 30 each for John Cena and Dominic Mysterio, just for that match and just for that moment.
Yes.
All of it was great.
Great segment, great match. Dom cut a great promo.
Yeah, he did.
And I do kind of like the fact that Triple H was there, and he actually acted like an authority figure. Like, he got in Dom's face, like, okay, you want a match? Let's make it a title match tonight.
It's crazy when he actually plays into his character.
Right.
Can we put 25 for Rhea just for that badass return and the nose guard coming back and just see him? Yep.
Oh, even points for Rhea.
No argument.
I wish I was a nose guard.
Since we're throwing out 30s, then let's keep it at 30 for Rhea.
Okay.
There it is.
Who else did I have? Mina Shirakawa gets 20 points for the Eddie tribute. Because it came out of nowhere. It wasn't a move. It wasn't like the triple suplex or a frog splash or anything. She literally just did her stuff and then did the little shake. And then I think Chris did it too.
Half dead Chris Statlander.
Yep.
So 20 points apiece actually to Mina and to Mina and Chris Statlander.
Yep. Agreed. I gotta give 40 to Kyle O'Reilly for just being the version of Kyle O'Reilly I've been dying to see, where this dude's just out here just out wrestling dudes, out grappling them, submissions like a motherfucker, covered in absolute blood from head to toe, making Jon Moxley tap out to an ankle lock of all things, a goddamn ankle lock. Love it.
I gotta give 20 points to I-Show Speed. He broke a record.
Hey.
Can't be mad at I-Show Speed.
Nice. With still with a cracked rib and all.
Hey.
Yeah, he's freakishly fast. I think it's the NBA Combine record. I think. Like, he was like 2.5, 2.8 seconds.
Nice.
Something like
That's
that.
really good. I want to say he ran like a 4.240.
Something like that.
He's a little bit faster than Braun Breaker.
Ooh.
I got to give 30 to Chelsea Green because she's never been creamed like that before.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Damn.
Bullshit. Ask Matt Cardona right now. Ask him right now. Ask him right now. And he's going to be like, why do you think we had a kid?
Again, if y'all are sleeping on NXT, don't, because it's so good. It's great.
Ethan Page is the man for that too, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, so good.
I was gonna bust some points out for somebody and I forgot who. Oh, Maxine Dupree.
Yes.
I'm really, really enjoying her improvement lately, and now she's got a match in MSG with Becky on Monday. But she's just presenting herself so much better, and she looks like a legit challenger. Like Becky obviously still has the advantage because it's Becky Lynch, but I would very much not be surprised if Maxine does win the IC title on Raw. So give her another 20 points.
Like that.
Could you imagine the setup? Could you imagine the setup if she takes the IC title from Becky? Becky can just slowly start making her way back to the face scene when Seth comes back and screw Paul Heyman at WrestleMania next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to make a ballsy prediction because we haven't seen her for a while, and that AJ Lee returns to cost Becky the title.
And she'll be the 5th person on War Games, which will be cool. Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Sky Blue. I think she needs some points because she turned into Sky Red last night.
Yeah, she did.
She was like the Red Harry.
Beer has already volunteered 50 points for her, so I'm going to add another 20 to it and make it 70 for Sky Blue.
There you go.
Watch where you blade. Because that was nasty. You almost needed a transfusion 5 minutes into the freaking match.
Just, oh, you may.
Okay, so I have to give 20 to Blake Monroe on NXT just because they're doing the thing now where she's kind of got like the split. She's the glamour, and then she's slowly transforming into the woman from hell. So they're doing like a split personality type of deal with her, and I think she's really doing the thing, and especially now as the Women's North American Champion. So they're adding more depth with Blake Monroe. So I got to give it to that girl, Blake Monroe. Yep.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just throw 100 to Shawn Michaels for being such a great booker.
Not going to get an argument.
We now know who's the best in DX.
Yep.
Hey, maybe one day Shawn will take over the main roster.
Please.
We can.
Oh no, you just run production.
You just run production.
Go to camera 10. Go to camera 10.
Which one's 10?
Any other names to throw out?
You know, since we are honoring him and it is his 20th year since his passing, I don't think we've given points because we haven't been able to. So a good 200 points to the late great Eddie Guerrero.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's like 10 points for every time he lied, cheated, and stole.
Hey, if that was the case, it'd probably be way more than that. But we'll stick with 200.
Let's do 10 points each. 10 for CM Punk for the perfect setup for William Regal, and 10 for William Regal for just saying War Games.
That's right. Yes. Regal.
War Games.
Oh, he is on there. Okay.
Awesome.
There was another one from Beer actually. Oh, well, actually, it was 50 points to everybody involved in the women's Blood and Guts. I'll get around to that after the show, but that's 50 on top of what Sky Blue's already got.
Hey, not bad. I like it.
Other than that, I think I'm going to finish it with 10 points to Damian Priest because I think he's really had a fall from grace from where he was like Mania season last year. And he just kind of looked lost this past week. And I kind of felt bad for him. So 10 points to Damian Priest because he should be in a better position than he's in.
Oh, I have one more. Just because he's a badass from his training videos and just because I truly believe he's the highlight of SmackDown right now, I got to give a nice little round 50 points to Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What a comeback.
Oh, God, those open challenges is like the best part of SmackDown.
Yeah, they've been great. Great job.
Any last ones?
Ooh, I think that's it.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
All right, then. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all. Before we close this up, let's find out what's in store for the TSK on Click Talk.
Oh, my goodness. So much is happening with the TSK right now. So much is happening. Massive shout out to Mike, which I try to do each and every week. He's the one help keeping kicking it with the TSK alive. TSK All MFN Day is the YouTube. Go check that out right now. I'm actually sitting on 3 episodes myself. That's not my fault. Yes, it's totally my fault. Don't worry though. They're all going to be dropping as the weekend goes. We're going to try to do 1 per day, add on to the lovely stream of episodes we have coming as it is. Again, all thanks to Mike. The Footy Pod. The Footy Pod is on its way. Cypher had his moment. Boy, howdy did I feel for him. We watched the Charlotte FC fall to New York City in a 3-1 banger. It's unfortunate they're out of the playoffs. However, San Diego FC moves on. We go on to take on Seattle, or is it Vancouver? I forget who. I don't give a shit who, because it's on and on to the next one, and that's all that matters to me. Now it's down to single elimination. Going to talk about how we look. Might have to face my favorite player of all fucking time if we win this one in LAFC, because there goes Sonny. And I got to hear from my man Beer. Yes, he just took a massive defeat from the Feeney, but United and Spurs drew. Happy to hear his reactions to that one, and a preview looking forward to the week above. We are on international break, so it is going to be fun to get that ball rolling. Whole lot of it coming out of the Kicking It of the TSK side and for the Max Footy Pod and from right here on the Max Wrestling. You got to make sure that you are following us on all the socials so you can be a part of the game. Follow us on the evil Twitter, Max Wrestling UK, Captain512, SMR Podnet, Max Footy Pod, and of course, check out the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com, where you can find a whole bunch of links and so much more. All you got to do to be a part of the family is hit the follow button, the subscribe button right here on the YouTubes. Head over to Facebook, where all the action goes down and where you can be a part of it, and then head over to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and anywhere else you can find the Max Wrestling UK, like I said, bandwagon. So you can hop on.
And another reminder, as always, do not forget to go to the Max Wrestling Facebook group, where Cypher will be live after the show for After Max. And Mike, hardest working man in podcasting, what you got going on?
Well, first of all, thank you all very much. Subscribe to everybody, especially the TSK YouTube channel, like Mo said, and everybody on this fine platform, including After Max, what Corey does. S&M Network shows on YouTube, man. You hit the old subscribe button. Just an LFC podcast with Ray Lynn, who's appeared on WoW Women of Wrestling, TNA, WWE. Recently just came off her bouts with Danny Moe from LFC 44 Underground Knockouts over there in Wales. And, of course, her bout with Nadia Sapphire in the UK. So, yeah, LFC went international. And LFC 45 Booty Camp 6 just took place at the infamous Fight Capital Gym in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada, 702, where my girl's at from the front to back. There's a lot of great stuff coming on that end, the beauty, strength, and dominance side. Of course, you can check out the Wrestling Roundtable. The first 2 episodes are up, featuring this man right here, Moses Marquez, as well as Paul Morales, Daniel Crimmins, Nicola, Robert Davis, 9. Robert, Nicola, and I have another Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling coming out, where we're going to do a watch-along of the China versus Masahiro Chono match from 2002. The weekly review is now the RWT podcast with myself, Daniel Crimmins, and Paul Morales. Yes. And Steve and Mike show. Steve and I are going to be recording again, and then we're going to lay the smack it down on some 2 jabronis named Moses Marquez and Daniel Crimmins. Booyaka Shan, what? And so much more. So subscribe to S&M Network shows, and if you want to follow me on the evil Twitter machine, evil, it is SM01 or M92 and Larkin _92 and M Larkin on Instagram. Indeed. And yeah, so that's where everything is. Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to Twitter and Instagram, and I thank you.
Very nice. Also, there is a brand new Captain's Revenge single, Relentless, dropping at midnight tonight. It'll be available. We can do, because, you know, there may be some more stuff coming. So yeah, that'll be on all streaming platforms at midnight tonight, hopefully, because the last couple of releases got delayed by a couple of days, but even though they were posted well in advance, I had to go shout at SoundCloud and say, my release ain't up yet. They went, let me redistribute that for you.
I got
you do it,
bro.
Right. Also, go back and check out a couple of the other shows that I've started. 5 Films to Die For. First episode featured Mike right here. And Homicidal Beasts and Where to Find Them. I will work on new episodes very soon. Hopefully we can get a new episode of 5 Films to Die For with DC, but you can check out the first episode of each one right now on the Max YouTubes. And that is it for Max this week. We'll see you next week for the last week of the promo climax before we know what the finals are going to be at Promo Series. And next week in the last 3 preliminary matches will be Beer versus Ted P. De Niro, Brew Capone versus Rodney Slabovich, and we're closing it out with your captain versus A.T. Rustler. I'm nerve-sighted.
Damn.
Quality finish.
That is it. And that's on the promo series Go Home show. So we will see you next week for all of that, plus full gear predictions. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang.
Bang. Go get it. Go get it, Blade. Go get it.
Daniel Garcia has a bag of dicks in his mouth every time he cuts a promo. Boom.
Son of a...
Bag of dicks, a bag of dicks. Everything's better with a bag of dicks.